It is raining. Light, little drops from heaven. They tap on my roof. Hello in there. I listen to the rhythm, gentle but insistent. The beat mesmerizes me, takes me out of myself. A drop becomes a trickle. The trickle becomes a stream. The stream becomes a river. I go with the flow. Turning on the light. With the rain and gray skies, I spent some time with my weekly New York Times crossword, and some time meditating and writing. On a net message board, where I write at times, I came across a posting considering the question of real versus make-believe enlightenment. I thought to myself, real enlightenment? What's that? To whom does it apply? And so I wrote my thoughts. I tend to resonate with the idea that all of us are enlightened already and are enjoying the self as we desire. I think that the ego might tell us that some ways of enlightenment are better than others, but beyond that, there is the understanding that each being is already enlightened and in the way that is most suited for them. A man plowing a field in some remote place none of us have ever heard of can be just as enlightened and close to what is called God as anyone who's read all the right books and followed the right steps. A woman beating her tribal laundry at a rock in a stream in a distant jungle can be as enlightened and as close to the divine as the most clever and well-read acolyte of any guru. Real enlightenment versus make-believe enlightenment. Who is to say, really? What some consider to be enlightened behavior and thought, others consider to be arrogance. What some consider to be stupidity or lack of knowledge, others consider to be simple truth. I also tend to think that when one is enlightened, one has a lighter sense about oneself, a sense of humor about themselves and the world around them. They are not deadly serious about what they believe and recognize that in its way, life's a big joke. Ideas of enlightenment change with the social climate and the religions which reflect those climates. Each religion has its own idea of what it is to be enlightened. Just ask a religious person and they'll tell you. Ask a New Age person and they'll tell you too. Ask a Muslim and they'll share their view of enlightenment. Ask a Christian or a Jew, they'll share their perspective. Ask a Hindu or a pagan, you'll get another opinion. Each of them is correct for the person holding the perspective. Universal wisdom is all-inclusive and all-expansive. The light of the universe is multicolored and vibrates at a variety of frequencies. It's a rainbow, and no color of light is better or higher than another. It's simply another color. In the realm of color, we have images of Jesus as blonde-haired and blue-eyed, yet the man that we know as Jesus was a Mediterranean, a Semite. Although European artists have portrayed him as fair, historical and archaeological evidence would suggest that most likely he was a dark-complected, dark-haired man. But again, we're free to see him in whatever color we wish, with whatever filter best suits us. The same holds true for enlightenment and ideas of real versus make-believe. Is it real that Jesus had blue eyes or make-believe? Does it really matter? Isn't it just an idea which works for us, and the form that it takes isn't so important? It's the feeling and the message and the energy which are most important. Real and make-believe are also relative terms. There's a contemporary and also ancient thought which suggests that all is illusion anyway, and that we experience the illusion on purpose. We allow ourselves to live in the illusion of light and dark in order to appreciate the light, to see the contrast. But living in the illusion doesn't change the fact that we are light. We always are, even when we think we're not, or project that others might not be, or are just making believe that they are. Whether they make believe or not, they still are light. In their own distinct and individual way, they are enlightened.